Hi Virgo rising, suns and moons. So this is your prediction video for March 2026. And I can already tell you that I think March is going to be the most exciting for you because there's so much of emphasis on love life and so many events, all kinds of events. So we start March with Mars ingressing into Pisces, which is your 7th house, and this is happening on the 2nd of March. And well, it's a good time for, let's say, physical kind of bonding, like physical intimacy, let's say. But it's a little bit of a risky time if you have some unresolved emotion or anger towards your partner, because March is going to kind of, how to say, like invoke anger in you, because I mean there's a little bit of frustration regarding some situation, regarding either a partner or maybe ex, or maybe just a love interest, or maybe even a date. So yeah, it's a good time to just contain yourself a little bit. And yes, your situation needs some kind of resolution. You need to get it resolved. But Mars, even if it likes to be very direct and straightforward and very expressive, it's just wise to keep that emotion inside so that you don't cut the contact entirely, because Mars is a master of cutting relationships, like, you know, like with a knife, suddenly and unexpectedly sometimes, but especially recklessly. So yeah, we have many more things happening regarding love this month, so this is not the only influence. But the next one is lunar eclipse in Virgo, in your sign, on the 3rd in your 1st house. So looks like you're going to be a little bit emotional, and a little bit is not the right word, because you'll be letting go of something that felt so close to you and so comforting, I would say, and or a situation, not necessarily a person, not necessarily some tangible thing, but it can be just a situation. It can even be like, let's say you have a surgery and you're letting go of maybe something that was in your body that wasn't supposed to be there. And this literally can manifest because it's in Virgo, in the health sign, in the 1st house, in the health house. So yeah, it's one of the possible manifestations. And but because there's this axis of 7th and 1st, so I think it can have something to do with relationships. But that's, like I said, that's not all. I think we can have the conclusion about the relationships after the 20th of March, and I will tell later why. Okay, Venus in Aries, conjunct Saturn and Neptune on the 6th in the 8th house. So seems like ever since the middle of February you could have had some issues with intimacy with your partner, or maybe agreement on shared resources, or just a psychological bond. I mean, intimacy, I would say, to put it simply, or like psychological, like 8th house is about secrets, so it's possible that your partner was very closed off, and because of that there's the psychological imbalance, because you don't quite know what they think, what they want. So so Venus with Saturn and Neptune is bringing a little blessing in that area, a little blessing in intimacy area. Maybe your partner decides to tell you what they have been hiding. Maybe they finally express what's the issue, which they could have been hiding for about 2 weeks, if we count from March 1st. So yeah, it's a blessing in the rather challenging times regarding intimacy. Okay, the next one is Jupiter direct in Cancer on the 11th, in the 11th house. So if you are a part of some community or a team and things were a little bit stuck and you couldn't reach the common ground, you are finally reaching the common ground. And this is very specific and won't apply to all, but if you want to live with your friend, or if you have been living with a friend and maybe there were obstacles, now you are free to do it, like moving in with a friend. Or maybe your friend offers you the opportunity to live either with them or in their, I don't know, another property. Yeah. And yeah, it's about receiving blessings. Finally, the door opening to receive blessings from friendships. Okay. Mercury conjunct Mars on the 14th in the 7th house. So I think you are one of those few signs that will really get affected by this. It's Mars conjunct retrograde Mercury in the 7th, which is for sure some kind of miscommunication or maybe even a conflict with your partner. And Mars comes to resolve things, because Mars doesn't like when things are stuck, when things are unclear. Mars just wants to fix the situation. And Mercury retrograde is not letting it fix, or like maybe the fixing happens in the wrong way. And you will have to redo things if you take action, if you take any kind of action with your partner. If you say some words, you may need to take them back and do that again after the 20th, because emotions are going to be very high around that time. Okay, the next one is new moon in Pisces on the 19th in the 7th. So this is a new dynamic in your love life. New dynamic, it can mean new relationship if you're single. It can actually mean ex returning, just because this happens when Mercury is still retrograde. So like you can actually start a relationship with your ex. That's very I was about to say favorable. Maybe it's favorable, but that's very likely to happen, is what I wanted to say. And then Mercury direct on the 19th or 20th, depending where you are in the love area. So this is when you have all the answers regarding the partner, and you have the fix of the situation. I mean, you don't have it on the 20th, but you will start seeing the fix of the situation after the 20th. And finally, things will move forward and not backwards like they were ever since a little bit before the 26th of February. Okay, the next one is Sun in Aries on the 20th in the 8th house. I mean, this is very like, it's a very logical scenario, because you had issues with your partner, but now Sun will highlight Saturn and Neptune in the beginning, but after it moves a little bit further, like after the 25th and onwards, you will finally bond with your person and bond much better. So it's a great time to resolve. It's a great time to highlight and resolve the issues, especially regarding intimacy, if they are resolvable. Because Saturn is like, it's like, you know, a boat is throwing out the anchor. Is it called anchor? So Saturn is heavy, but hopefully it will strengthen the bond, which can happen, or it's being strengthened with a very serious commitment and a lot of effort from both sides. And the last one was Venus in Taurus on the 30th in your 9th house. So it's a perfect time to kind of like finalize the whole resolving situation by traveling, because you will get the most pleasure from traveling after the 30th, on the 30th and after the 30th, for about 25 days, let's say. So that's it. Thank you for watching. You can actually get a reading with me if you feel like doing it, and yeah, see you next time in April.